going on, CP Kids? It's Pastor Steven again for another episode of Live at Home! Wow, so you guys did a fantastic job this past week coloring all those coloring sheets. It was full of life. And I got all those pictures from your parents, so thank you for getting me those. If you were one of our selected winners, your parents will be getting an email about it, as well as you are getting a prize in the mail by next week. So awesome job, you can expect that. Now, I want to introduce to you one of my very good friends. You know him very, very well. His name is Mr. Pretzel. Give a round of applause for Mr. Pretzel.
Hey everybody, how's it going? How's it going?
What are you eating?
Well, they're out of pretzels, but I gotta find something to keep myself nice and buff and strong and tough.
Ooh, I don't know if eating chips really does that or not, but while you're here, would you like to tell the kids our verse for the week? It comes to us from the book of John, chapter 14. Now, when Jesus is telling us this, he's talking to his disciples about what they can expect to come, because they had a lot of questions, as we all do, about the future. And this is what Jesus had to say.
John 14, verses 1 through 3. Let not your heart be troubled. Believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, would I have told you that I go to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and will take you to myself, that where I am, you may also be.
Thank you, Josh. And like I was saying before, Jesus was talking to his best friends, his disciples, because they had a lot of questions. They were questioning what was going to happen next. They just didn't know. And so to answer that, Jesus tells them a little bit about what heaven is like. And he describes heaven as kind of being this big house with enough room for all of them, for everyone who believes in him. And so that's what's amazing, because sometimes when we don't know what's going to happen, we feel like nobody's in charge or nobody has a plan. But in fact, the opposite is true. Just like last week, the opposite. Say that. Say the opposite. God does have a plan, and he is in charge. So here's our bottom line for the day. God is in charge and has a plan. Repeat that with me. God is in charge and has a plan. So this week I have a new challenge for you. Because God's house is so big, we're going to see how big of a house you can build. I want you guys to go around your house and grab all the sheets and all the towels and all the big books as weights and build the biggest sheet fort you can and take pictures of it and send it to me so I can do a contest to see who is the biggest and the best sheet fort ever.
I'm gonna make the biggest and the best sheet fort ever.
I don't think you're allowed to compete in this. Plus, what are you eating now?
Oh, this? It helps me run faster. And what do you mean I can't compete?
I think you're a little bit too old to compete in this, but let's ask them. Do you guys think that Mr. Pretzel should be allowed to compete in the sheet fort contest? Well, I certainly heard a lot of no's, but I think I heard a lot more yeses. So we will allow Mr. Pretzel to be a part of the sheet fort contest.
Thank you.
So see if you can build a bigger and better fort than Mr. Pretzel. You guys have a fantastic week. Don't forget to tune in to Kids Church on Sunday morning, and we'll see you back next week with Life at Home.